que ça marche? Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, we are live. Let's go. So, welcome to the people who will join today, and welcome to those also watching replay this first workshop that I'm organizing online and live on Scale in Peace YouTube channel. So my name is Nicolas Tran, and I'm providing a customized workspace using Notion for most cases. And on the day-to-day, I'm a digital project manager as well. So managing tasks, managing projects, managing people is something that I love doing. And in this workshop, I'm going to help, if possible, solopreneurs, managers, people who have several projects to deal with at the same time and who lack sometimes motivation, who procrastinate sometimes, or who just simply want a better overview of their tasks. If you okay, so let's just get started diving, and say hi if you are joining live, and if you are watching a replay, you can activate the live chat comments so that you can see as well the questions asked, the interactions with everybody. And hello, Felix. And let's get started. So let me try to transition very quickly. So today, what do we get basically? I want to keep it very simple. I don't want to go too much into the details for complex workspace because most of us today honestly lack simplified solution, and we tend to complexify many things, including our projects, but also in our lives. Like we tend to have so much information available. So the idea here is to take things back to something very simple that I believe anyone, even if you don't know Notion or if you don't really use your computer for your business, because I'm expecting that some people might need my solution, like maybe some people who have a very physical activity, or maybe you are a singer, or you are, like any type of solopreneur who is working on things and not necessarily every day on their computers. So yeah, the idea is to create something simple to connect your different projects, your different agendas, including your Google Calendar, maybe your personal calendar. For me, it's going to be my family agenda, those kind of things that I'm connecting with my own day-to-day projects, so that at least if I say no to a customer, it's because there is something else going on in my family. And the contrary as well is true. I can say no to my family because I have other things going on with my customers. So the idea is to connect those things under the same view. I will show you the system as well in details. And yeah, basically getting things done while other people are still figuring out, what to work on, or where are my tasks. And I remember I noted this somewhere, but I forgot where it is. Those kind of things, or even I have something to do, but I forgot which project it is related to or what it is related to, and so like you lose a bit of track of things. And we are going to talk about meeting notes as well, how to take meeting notes effectively. So the agenda, I will go back to it in a minute because obviously I will need this for following up with where we are in the live. Feel free to put your questions as well in the chat. I lost my my view. Oh yeah, here. Okay. Okay. So as long as I click outside of my OBS thing, I can't see the chat. Okay. I will try to check sometimes from time to time. And yeah, so we're going to study a bit of case scenarios. If you have any specific case scenarios, any specific productivity problem, put it in the chat and we'll try to test this system of productivity to fit with some of your scenarios that you maybe want to submit. And obviously, in the end, I want you to take away at least understanding how to build this system. But if you don't want to build it, I will try to produce some sort of a template that I promise to refine over time as well. And for those who watch the video, I will put a link, and on that link it will contain 50% discount on the final price of this template. And yeah, basically, waking up in the morning after you've created such system is going to help you being definitely and directly productive with tasks that you need to do today in front of your eyes, and track your productivity. I'm going to show you how to do that, and control your week, basically. So just let me know if you have any tools that you are currently using, and if you are using Notion, how advanced you think you are, or at least what do you use it for. And if you don't use Notion, yeah, just tell me what tools do you currently use. Because, for example, for tasks for me and notes, I was using Evernote and Trello a long time ago, but it was separated, and then now it's connected together in Notion. And now, and recently as well, they started to implement something called Notion Calendar. So then, like now I have my calendar together. So let me actually show you how it looks like on my system. Are you ready for the demo? Okay. Okay. So this is what I call my Life OS. So it contains way more things than tasks and events and notes. But today I want to focus on these two things. So for example, these are all my tasks that I'm working on at the moment, or at least that I have on this to-do list. There are not so many actually. There are like all of these, and then there is a few here down. So it's like a small to-do list. I try to keep it simple, but most importantly, what I'm interested in here is the today column here of all the things that I'm supposed to be working on today. So as you can see, there's the YouTube live program. So if I click on it, I can see some details. I can even have some notes. So let me just open, for example, this one here. There are some notes and things that appear. So it's like a task where you can put some small notes or bigger notes, and that's what I like with Notion. Is like if sometimes you are doing something and you need to brainstorm a little bit, or you need to work on things, and it requires to write things or to add links or things like that. You can use you can open the task and make things happening inside. Now, this task has a date, okay? So as everyone, and then it has a status. I will go back to it in a minute, but in my case, I try to simplify again as much as possible. So I've put only actually two status. It's either not done, so it's empty, or it's done. And I used to use cancel, but actually I don't use it anymore. But because it's something that sometimes happens, so I try to keep it as well. I still haven't removed it. Then I have a type here because I will show you a bit later. But I'm tracking how productive I am, and I'm tracking how much people I meet, because in my industry and in my business, I need to meet people, and that's important as a solopreneur to push for social connections so that people know what I do, those kind of things. Calendar events are going to be more like events that happened in my life and that are not necessarily things that I need to do or work on. So it can be a birthday, it can be a trip, it can be a holiday. Those are not really things that require any sort of tracking. And admin is going to be important because what I want is to work the least possible on admin tasks, but at least I also need to identify that if it's an admin task, it's not productivity, it's not the rest. Then I have a CRM, well, I'm not going to talk about it, and I have my notes here, okay? So the good thing with this view of tasks is that if let's say I had this reel to do, or it's in French, sorry, but it was in the last 7 day and I haven't done it, then I can easily move it for whenever I think I need to do it. And there is no problem in moving tasks in the future if you don't do it. It's just simply because maybe your prioritization has changed. This thing here is about producing a video, and I'm already doing a live video today. So this one and this live video is way more important, I believe, than the video that I was about to make and that I had in mind here. Then, for example, here, I'm going to say this one is going to be for tomorrow, or it's going to be for next month. Then this one is a book. I want to read it for the next 30 days, etc., etc., etc. And then until eventually I have only task for today. Okay. So then I know exactly what to focus on, and I can just get started. Okay, working on things. Now I want to show you how it works when you connect this with your meeting notes, because usually, so I'm going to go to my notes. Okay. So those are just notes that I take. So it can be a new note here. Let's take an example like that. Let me just put it big so you can see. Yep. So, okay. So if you are new, so here I have, let's say, a meeting, live meeting with Felix. Okay. Who is following me in this live today. Hello, Felix. So if I do a meeting with you, usually I will have tasks here. So no, sorry, I will say, okay, this is what we said. I'm going to, oh, sorry, it's here. Okay. Then I can add a few other things here. I can add, the basic to do, the divider, why not? Heading 2, for example, this is a title, etc., etc. Okay. Now, the effective way that I'm using to take meeting notes is to try to minimize the notes that I take, but identifying very quickly the tasks that I'm being assigned for myself and for in this case. So let's say with Felix, we are starting a new project, and I'm going to be responsible for the marketing. So so I have to create a script for a landing page, for example, or a copy. It's more accurate. Okay. So if I do this, just click on new here. It's creating task on the fly, and I will explain you why it's interesting to do this in a minute. So let me just create a new task so that at least I have a few examples to show you. And then Felix asked me also to buy the domain or the hosting and domain name. So let's be accurate here. Find the hosting and buy the domain name. Okay. So I'm going to do this as well. And then during this meeting, we also said that we will reconnect on the next week. So meeting number 2. And this one, actually, we know when it will happen, and we set a date during this meeting. So I'm going to click on it and then put a date for next week. Okay. So just like this, okay, I'm actually in this meeting number 2 task, okay, and I have the date set, and I have the note that it comes from directly attached here. So I can go back to it, and I can see what we said, the notes that I took, okay, and the tasks that are already created. Now, let's assume I end the meeting today, and with Felix, we don't talk again until the day before, which is usually what happens when we work together, right? We don't work on things until they are very urgent, and it starts to be urgent the day before we are supposed to meet. It's on my agenda. I will show you in a minute as well. And I'm like, wow, I haven't done any of my tasks. So I go back to my so let's just go back to the Life OS here and show again the task. So this is my home page again, right? Then I will actually see that here I have 2 tasks that are on my list, and they have no dates. And exactly like I've done in the beginning, I can put them for to be urgent, like for example for today, or I can say, okay, this one I'm going to do it tomorrow, and continue working on projects like that. Now, the good thing with that is if I'm a week later and I forgot what was the copy about, I can find actually again or reopen the task and I can find the notes, click on the note, and I see directly the context of what's going on. So if we and I just want to make a parenthesis here, there is a way to connect projects as well. So let's say the projects actually is something important, then we can connect tasks, notes, and projects together. But I don't want to do it today because it's complex. It's more complex to create, and also there is way more case scenarios that we would need to check. So I don't think I can do it in a follow-up session eventually, maybe another live. But yeah, that would be something I would do usually as well. I would create a project or attach it to a project. Why? Because then you have all your notes and tasks. Imagine that we take many notes, many tasks in the future in the same view. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my calendar because that's how I'm organizing myself. And here we can see, so there is my Gmail account that's showing my day to day basically. By the way, I can hide it and show it. Okay. Then I have my days, my weeks, my tasks. So let me just make sure that I'm showing the right one. Yeah. Okay. So here I have my tasks. Okay. And I can find the task that oh, sorry, it's a bit too small, maybe, if you are on your phone following. But yeah, so here it says find hosting and buy the domain, and that task is actually the task that I just created. And so here it says for today, so I can right away put it in my day and time block like this to say, okay, find the hosting and domain. I'm going to need to search a bit what to do here, so maybe I just schedule it for an hour, and I can say I'm going to do it from 5 to 6 p.m. So if tomorrow Felix tells me, hey Nico, how is it going with the domain or whatever, then I can exactly tell him when I'm going to do it, how scheduled it is in my day. And if anyone else, including my family, relatives, or personal obligations, force me to say, 6 p.m. we need to meet, then I can say, hey, sorry, I have something scheduled already. We need to do it another time. Or I can say, okay, whatever you are asking is more urgent, so I'm going to reschedule this for 3 p.m. tomorrow. And that way, I stay on track of all my tasks. Okay. So the other task for Felix was to create a landing page. I mean, for me and my project with Felix, who is following me live again. It's to create a copy for a landing page, and then I forgot again what was the landing page about or whatever we talked about, because during a meeting we say many things and I tend to forget sometimes. That's okay because it's Notion calendar and it's directly connected to my tasks. So I just click on open in Notion and I can see, oh, this was related to these notes, and again look at what it was about and do it. So I don't know if you see the power of this, but the idea here is to really have all the things that keep you doing it and doing things on the same view, first on your calendar. So like you can continue pushing events for the dates that they actually are going to happen. And as you can see here, I'm not planning too much in advance actually. I'm actually planning just for the next day and the next day, or maybe the week ahead. But I know that in the future, if you look again at my task database here, there is 30 days here of tasks going on. Okay, so I have a lot of things that will happen, but I'm just confident that it will happen, and whenever it's scheduled, because I'm trying to schedule things accurately, I'm doing my best for that, then I will just do it and work on it. And on the day-to-day, I only have 2 or 3 tasks. That's the maximum I actually managed to do. And to be really realistic, if you have more than 3 things to do in your day, that's going to be a lot over time. So make sure that you have one or two things, and that it's already good. I mean, like it's 365 days, assuming you do 5 tasks a week. It's already it's a lot of things that you can do. So yeah, that's the system that I'm suggesting to build today, and and um, and yeah, I can show you actually the last thing that I wanted to show you here. It's then after that with Notion, the good thing is we can create a bit of analysis. Let me just, I think the graph view here is uh, yep. Okay, so here I'm tracking my productivity. Okay, so these are the the done tasks. There is 33 over 3 that I haven't sorted yet, but I've done them. And here they are the done task of the week 15, week 16, and week 17. Okay, so those are the 3 last week. I've done 2, 8, and 6 tasks, and I can open it and I can see, okay, these 2 tasks here are going to be are the tasks that I've done, and I can reopen them and check eventually how good or whatever. Then I can see tasks per types. Okay, I can see tasks per projects. I'm not going to show you because there is many projects I'm working on, but here I can sort my tasks, making sure that I keep being productive a maximum. Meeting, so those are the 20 meetings that I've done, and I can just open and click and view the data. So let me just open the productivity just for the example. So here I can see those tasks. I can even create views for these, but I'm not going to do it. And I can make sure that things are correctly sorted. And then there's my calendar tasks here. Okay, and of course, the idea here is to make sure that we keep things busy here, and then it goes into data later on. All right. If you have any questions, just make sure you ask in the chat. I just want to make sure that I'm answering them on the spot as well, and I'm just not going too far as well. If you don't understand something, just let me know. It's very important. Okay. So let's build. Let's build something. That's the point. At the same time, so okay. Oh, let's just go for it. So what I want to try to start with is going to be, I think, the most important will be the task database. So now with Notion, you can use the AI to actually create a task database. But the problem that you have when you use AI is usually they make nice task trackers and things, but it's either for teams or it's already too complicated to use. So I'm just going to use an empty database here. But know that, of course, if you are exploring, you can build with AI. What it does here, it's a prompt, and you can say, I want this property, I want this type of things and things like that. I've tested it in a video that I posted on TikTok, I think, and it works, but it's not entirely what I want, actually. So let's start with an empty database. Again, this suggests things here. I'm just going to keep it empty. And the way I build here is very simple. So why is it a database? Because in the end, those little things that you see here on my tasks list are actually linked to a database. If I open it, it's that's why I can manage to have views like this, because in the beginning it's a list of tasks and a list of entries in a database. So the easiest way to build is to click new, just as a test, and say task example. Okay, and here you can add a property. So the first thing to add for a task is going to be a date. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it like that. Default thing is cool. Know that with Notion, because it's a nice tool, you can also choose icons to make it, a little more accurate, or like connected to whatever you want to build. I'm just going to keep it normal. And you can also, if you work in teams or if you are scared to not remember how to use something, you can add a description here. So I'm just going to keep this empty because it's a date. Very straightforward. I showed you my status. So I'm just going to use the same thing as well. I'm not using the property status here because I don't really like it. I prefer to use the select thing and create status like that. So empty for me it means to do. Also because it's easier to sort later on, and then I put done. That's it. If you are a solopreneur, honestly, you just need two status, and it's either to do or done. I keep it a selection button as well because maybe we can add more in the future. Otherwise, you have another option as well, is checkbox here, and you say done. And so here what it does is done or not. So you choose whatever works for you. Okay. The next thing I like to have is a type, but it's not necessary. Let me just add it so that I can create today the nice dashboard at the end of sorting task per type. So let's put productivity. It could be type. It could be maybe, you know, something that it could be also an area of life, like if you want to have personal and professional tasks separated together. Productivity, meeting, and I'm going to put admin. I don't really like admin tasks, to be fair, to be clear, and calendar. Okay, and yeah, let's say that's it for now. Let's test let's test a little bit. So this is my task demo. Okay, and okay, I made a mistake here. I created the database inside the workspace I wanted to use as an example. So let me just go back to the where I wanted to put the demo. So not here. Yeah, ok, c'est pas grave. Non, c'est pas ça. Here. So okay, and here I'm going to move this directly in the productivity workspace. Here we go. So I have my task demo here, database. So let me just clarify here. Let's put DTB. Now, if you want these to appear in a Notion calendar, you need, that's a requirement to create the calendar view. So the way I did it, you see, I create new view, and it's creating the same view of my tasks. So of course, it has the one I created as an example has no date. So I'm just going to put it for tomorrow. And then it prompts me to open in calendar. So that's what I will do. Of course, it requires that you have Notion calendar, but that's okay. And to give you a better overview, so let me just remove my my own tasks. And here you see the task example is here. So Thursday 8, if we look again, Thursday 8, I move it to the 9 from Notion. It moves to the 9 automatically. Okay. If I put it back to today and say I want to do it at 3 p.m. for 2 hours, if I go again here, it's going to put it for today. Let me just put that here. 2 hours. So 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Okay. So working. Now that I have my tasks, I can try to add my notes. So let's go back to the workspace. I'm going to create a page here. Let me explain you a little bit why and how I'm creating things here. So I want to keep space here to later on create the views that I've showed you in the demo at the beginning. These ones, these things. If I want to create these, it's easier and better to have my database below as tasks. So let me just actually, you see this is a little bit complex, sorry. Oh, I'm just going to put here that in a toggle. So moving this down here and same, just going to add it here. So page, up, slash page, it's creating something. And here I'm going to call it notes demo database. By the way, notes, last time I told you, let me just create a database here. Okay, those are notes. Notes, honestly, I'm not even putting anything. The only thing I can put is going to be a creation date, created time. I like to have these because it reminds me when I created it. I can put a date. I used to organize myself, like my notes by date, things like that, but not really anymore. So I keep it here because it's nice, but it's really not necessary. And relationship. So this is a field that helps you to connect your other databases with this database. So assuming that this one is called, I think I named it already, no? Oh, it's okay. Note demo DTB for database. Okay. Let me create a new property. So I can use the plus icon here, or again, create a page, not test. Yeah. Okay. Open it and add properties from here. Relation. So here, the build is to the idea is to build to connect it with the tasks database that I created. And here it's important, it's a two-way relation. Why? Because I want my notes to appear on my tasks and vice versa. Limit, no limit, but note that you can have limitation of adding only one task per note. That's not the case, or the contrary. And here, instead of having the title notes demo DTBase, I'm just going to have notes. This is how it will appear on my task list, and here it's going to be tasks. Add relation. Let's go. And here I can choose an icon. It could be the same icon than the task database if I wanted to. I can add again the description, but I don't need to for now. All right, that's what I need. And by the way, if you do the same thing, that's the good thing of using Notion as well. If you do the same thing here, for example, I put a date, create that calendar view. Done. We can improve the layout by the way. We can put some info here. Then, if you open it in calendar, then we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they appear here. It's a bit small again if you are watching from a mobile, but I hope that's okay. And then here I see my note test. So I can even schedule notes if I want to be even faster and not have the task or the contrary, okay? But in this case, it's not going to be useful. So I'm just going to keep it cleared out. I don't need this. Here, if I click on tasks, it's prompting me all the existing data that I have in the task demo database. So if I go here and create a new task, task number 2, put a date, let's say after tomorrow. Then again here I can link it to the existing notes, to the note test here, or just to go again with the notes here. It could be to simply link these two together. Okay, these 3 little dots are showing, you know, some things that I like to do sometimes, or show. Is going to be the like the dates and status. So if I mark this one as done, then on my note, it shows normally, or maybe the date is too big here. Let me remove the date. Oh, put the status, you see here, done. Okay, just put the date. I actually just care about the date. Okay, so we've reproduced first part of the workspace. Let me just put it in motion so at least you have a first result as quick as possible. So slash again, this case I'm going to call for a linked view. Let me just check the chat a bit. Hello, if you're still here, Felix, say hi. And in the link view here, it's not a new table. I don't want to do that. I want to do the tasks. And then I can put the views, the existing views if I want to. So I can put my calendar, I can put my table if I want to. Okay. Now, then here I can actually have my other views as well. Now, what I want as a view here, so let me just clarify. I don't want this view, I want this view. I want a view with a board view, exactly like I showed you in my LifeOS. And then, well, this is not, yeah, I can keep it, it's okay. The group by is by date. Like this. So this way I have my thing with the, you know, like I can move it for next day and vice versa. And the way I had it here, so you see here we can see some dates. I can edit it right away from here. It's because I just simply shown in this view some properties. So I can put them all, so like you can see them all. And then whenever I want to edit this task, I can directly edit the status here. So not mark it as done. I can click on the note and it will prompt me to the note, or like add the note here. I can add it. I can check, change the date. So it's actually quite intuitive. I like this type of fields. You can directly schedule things for many days. So doing something like that. For 2 days, for example, or you can say no end dates, don't include the time, and just put it for Saturday. Okay. And if you want as well, you can edit from here if there is any fields that you know you want to keep showing up. So this one is going to be productivity. Oops. This one is going to be meeting. Okay. Now, obviously, there is a problem here is if I mark it as done, the tasks still show up here. So what I want to do here is I want to filter and I want to show only tasks that are not done. So I will filter by status and I will say is not done. Easy. And that way it only shows me the tasks that are not done. Now, where did these tasks go? That's why I'm also using many views, is simply because this task actually is still in the database. Okay, still here. Let me show you the status. Okay, so one is done, one is empty. But it's just filtered out from the main view here. Okay. So that's how you build this system of tasks. Then here, of course, you need to rename. So let's rename it tasks or to do. I like to have an actionable item so I can say do it, or the GTD, get things done, whatever. And that's it. We just need that. We can create a new task here by a new mic. And I can add record a first test. Okay. And then this, I can put it for, let's assume, next week. This one is going to be for buy a new mic. It's going to be for this week, for tomorrow. Okay. And so just like this, my tasks are in the database. I can create new task. Don't think about it whenever I create it. And I can also see it here after. Just need maybe to have it a little bit. Yeah, okay. So buy a new mic is going to be here. Task number 2, example. Okay. So I think we are almost prepared and done. I will now. What I will do is I will do the notes. Make sure that I add it here. So let's go empty view. I put the notes. I can choose the existing views or create a new one. I'm just going to use an existing one. This one I'm going to put notes and properties. Show them all. It's a table. I'm okay with that. This one is after, like this. And then I'm good to go. So I can say meeting notes. I can open it, take my notes. By the way, I wanted also this live to be an introduction of Notion. So here we can maybe give you a bit of round of the basic blocks. So you have these things like numbers. So item, Control D, Command D, it's duplicating like that. Okay. Then you have my favorite ones is the to do. As a productivity expert, I like to do. So again, you have items here like that, and you can add headings. So headings, as it's actually using Markdown, one hashtag like this is going to be a heading one. Let me just. I can Control D again, and it's creating many. Then inside I can insert my heading 2, just 2 hashtag space, etc., etc. We can paste links. So let me just show you how it looks. And I think I can show you the video as well. So here I can mention it, just put the URL, bookmark it like this one. I can also just mention it. Wait, do it again, up. Or simply also embed. Embed is going to be nice for videos. Let me show you. If I take a video.
Hey guys, I just want to give you a quick overview.
So let me share, use the link. Here, I can embed it. And it's actually looking really nice. So this is what the notes, it looks like. And then in the notes, I can just connect it with tasks. So I'm going to say task A, task 2. Sorry, not this one. Task 2, task 5 or 4, whatever. Okay. And then one more time, we test. I've taken my meeting notes. I'm in a rush. I just want to listen to whatever people have to say during this meeting. I don't want to be scheduling things, or I don't want to be worrying about my tasks. I go again in the do it area, and I can find them here. So as soon as the meeting is finished, or if I go to sleep now and the next day I wake up, I can see them here. So I'm just scheduling them for tomorrow. This one is actually for next month, or maybe here. Okay. So here I have my task going to the next 30 days. And again, it's following in the calendar. So if you go to the 4th here, you have the task number 2 appearing here. So it's good. It's really good. If we are in a rush, I can schedule it later, and it will actually follow. You see here, June 4, 3 p.m., 6 p.m. So it's actually really good. So that's it. Now we just need to do a little bit of a brush. I can create the graph view. So I'm showing this, but this is only available. I mean, like if you have the free version of Notion, you're going to have, I think it's just one chart view available. So if you want to have many views like these across your workspace, then sorry, you probably need to have a paid plan. Um, I'm not going to go into details about these plans, but it's not too expensive. I think it's $10 a month. Um, and to save what I think it saves, maybe like 1 or 2 hours a day, then it's definitely worth it for me, because I'm using Notion for way more things than just my notes and my tasks. So I would go for it if you are actually interested, and if you like it. And of course, right now I'm going to try to put an affiliate or like a referral link if you want to subscribe to Notion, thanks to me. But for now, I don't have access to this, but maybe in the future. And in any case, I will put the link in the description of this video. So view name. So let's say this is the productivity view. And I'm going to call it 4x because it's going to show the 4 last week. Alors, to test this view, I need to have tasks in the past that are done. So let me just put this one for last week. Done. I'm going to duplicate this to go faster. Put here. And it should be enough to show you, but let me just put more. Yeah, okay. All right, go back to the workspace. So here I have my done tasks. They don't appear here. That's normal because there is a filter. And I go to my productivity. Let me just edit this a little bit. You see, huh? Yeah, okay. Because I'm afraid there's my face in your way. So we show the status. That's not accurate. I want to show the dates. Relative. Very good. Or weeks, actually. And okay, cool. Start the weeks on Monday. That's good for me. All new. New, old. New, old. Okay. And what to show? Count. That's good. Group by. Oh, there's a filter here. I just want the tasks that are done. Okay. So I have May 5th to 11, 1. The task example. Then here I have the task A. And then I have the task C and task A again. Okay, perfect. I mean, it's another task A, sorry. I'm just going to rename it because otherwise you'll be confused. Okay, cool. So this is my productivity over the past week. I'm going to put a range or filter here and make sure that the date is or past 1 month. Yeah, like this. Is on or before. Oh. Yeah, I think it's better like this month. So it's going to show May. Now I want the past first month like that. Okay, good. So here I see we are May 7. It shows the task of last week. Task A, May 1st. And then the task of the last month. So let me just test if I do. This one is due tomorrow. If I mark it as done, go back to productivity, it hasn't moved. Perfect. So maybe I just add to advanced filter here and create an and rule. Remove. Or this month. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. So here I have my filter done, and I can see how productive I'm becoming. And I think we can even here show, let me just try to group by type. Yep. So in one view, you have your done tasks by type. So here's the productivity, and here is the no type. So to clean this, let's go back to the demo, put a type here. So I'm just going to put random things. So let's say I had 3 meetings, productivity here. Here we go. And let me add maybe a calendar. So here, when we go back to the workspace, that start to look actually nicer. And we can see, okay, I've done this and that over the past weeks. So again, the idea is to keep it simple. I think this graph is really not necessary, but I think it's an also good demo of Notion for you today. But if we can have our tasks when we wake up in the morning, so let me try to get back to my case scenarios here. I'm taking a meeting note. So I just go here, note, meeting with Felix again. Then I can say, okay, it was today. I can create tasks here. So do this, beam, do that, tack. And then I have those things appearing here. Then on the next day I wake up, I go to that Notion to see what I have to do. Then I can see here that I have to do this, or at least there are those things that I need to sort out. So I sort them out for the next few days. I can also close my day. I think this is important. So closing your day, that's how I do it. I click on today here. It brings me back to my today. And then I look at my tomorrow and I start time blocking. So I say, okay, I had scheduled this. Perfect. I have an empty spot here. So I'm just going to put it here. Then buy a new mic. I'm going to do it after. Then task number 2, maybe I can do it in the afternoon actually, because now I have free time. Okay. And so like this, you have a few time blocked for the next day, and you can go to sleep with peace of mind. Now the last thing is review your week. So calendar and productivity. So here, that's a screenshot of my week with all my tasks. I mean, part of my task here, but I mean, like, I can see the tasks. I can also eventually use that for overview of things. Oh, meeting with Felix, actually, this is like this. That also I will not have time to do it, so I reschedule and move on to the next week. I can also track the productivity here, so what tasks are done, not done. Of course, here, if I see tasks that need to be marked as done, then I will simply do this, mark as done, and then it's increasing my productivity. And find a note or a task. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. Let's say you type Felix here. He's going to be everywhere, but meeting with Felix is here. Okay, and I can find the tasks. So what I did was a Control K. So Control K, task 4, and I can quickly find the task 4 here. Boom. That's it. That's how I'm organizing myself for today. And of course, maybe you have questions. As I think there's not so many people today in this chat, we can skip the questions. But if you have any, just make sure you put them in the comments. Contact Scale in Peace. It's going to be always a pleasure for me to answer these. If you are watching this replay, I have the timestamps. I have the live chat that you should activate if you want to go faster. And I'm putting the link of the template that I'm building based on this that I will put in the end of this live. So if you have if you want to get in touch as well, I have my access in the description. Yep, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I will polish this a little bit, and I'll see you in the next video. If you liked it, make sure you give me a subscribe, and yeah, I will see you soon. Bye, guys.